Hello, it's Friday night, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for Transformers the Show!
I live my life walking down the street, meet the faces of the people I see. All the time I see a reflection, all the time I see a reflection. It's okay to feel alone, it's okay to be alone. All the time I see your reflection, all the time I see your reflection. 'Cause when I'm with you, it seems so easy, seems so easy. My best days are with you, they are so easy, they are so easy.
Ooh, welcome to the show, everyone, every single one of you mofos. Welcome to the show. Tonight's show, we're going to be talking about Overlord in a bit. That's our foreplay. We've got loads of news, loads of other stuff. Discussion is going to be about what else do we collect. But first of all, let's go to the news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
That'll start once.
Sorry, I was sharing it. It was
No,
a
it was
late
my fault.
share.
I was enjoying just the beginning of the show so much I forgot to actually share the news. So there's the news. Masterpiece Nightbird
Yes.
saying hello. Cooey.
Hello.
I was throwing star there.
I've done
Thanks
my
all.
bit. I've done my bit.
Worst Transformer ever.
Well, it's not really a Transformer, is it? I mean, it was just a robot from the G1 cartoon. But I mean, I get the reasons for using the Masterpiece
What did they
RC
call
mold
that
for it.
again? It looks as though it's got a goose's neck, doesn't it? Really?
Oh, well, there's some more things you'll see as we go through. So these were in-hand photos that were shared this week, and there's quite a few. And I don't know. I think the head sculpt works well.
They think it looks better. They think it's better. The mold suits this better than the actual MPRC. So
Do you know what? I'd probably agree with that. Not that I think either of them's particularly good, but I think I would agree with that.
Would you pull them in a dark room? Because I wouldn't.
Would I pull them
You would-
in a dark room?
That's
Are you
Jamie's
saying-
test. Does he like the
That's
Transformer?
Jamie's test.
Would I
Will he
pull it in a
sleep?
dark room? Double dealer. Ooh, probably.
are
He's
you
pulled it in
saying
plenty of dark rooms, I'm sure.
it's not
Uh,
a paper bagger? One paper bagger, two paper bagger.
I want to see the
Paper bagger.
Nicey Firebird version of it with a huge breast and a massive chin.
Well, we'll probably see that at some point. That's the face underneath the mask. But it doesn't just come with that face, as you'll see. For some reason, again, the photos have all jumped around once they've been downloaded. I don't know why. But there you go, side by side.
Science.
I don't know, it does look better.
Microsoft Paint.
That's the face. That's the one. Not really
Oh,
why.
Jesus.
Why?
Takara.
It's just why. I just... Why? Just why?
Why does she have that type of face? What's
I mean, look at
Starscream
that.
doing?
Who got this figure and went, you know what pose I should put this in?
Is it doing the Michael Jackson's Thriller there?
It is.
Ooh. Oh dear.
Like she's
There's the
discovered the
back of the
finger up
box
her
if you're
bum.
interested. Like, if you're buying this, please don't feel we're mocking you much.
No.
Although you probably use toffee crisps for other stuff.
By the dozen, mate. Oh, but there's more of that too. We'll get something else that's also toffee crisp worthy, I'm sure.
Oh,
Side by
give a wanker
side,
from-
it's just, yeah. It's one of those niche things from G1, or at least the
It
G1
po-
cartoon, where people.
Poses really well.
It
pose
does. I
really
think
well,
it
though.
looks better than RC.
It does pose really well. So it is actually
can-
very articulate.
But I definitely think the
Open
chunk
it up.
versions are better.
Sorry.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
please
Joseph?
let's
The
not
truth-
start this argument again.
Jamie,
Scale wise.
put
Oh,
your
there it is. There's the
chalice
close up
down.
one. The
She
sex
heard you as
doll
well,
head
Jay.
that you get with it, because, you know. I mean, why? Just why?
It's
The
it's
carrot,
ideal
why?
for
Why? You can't.
Michael Penis. I don't know.
I
You can't-
think because Japan.
Yeah, well, probably. I just don't. I
Do
don't get it.
you,
I don't.
do you think
get
that's the face that it comes with naturally? Just to see if you do take the mask off or not.
That's the face he pulls when it sees you knocking one out to it. Anyway, there you go. The actual figure, I actually think looks all right, but it just has no interest for me. It isn't a transformer. The character wasn't a transformer. So yeah, and then more information on the Micro Machines Transformers. So what we've had is this kind of mystery pack playset and vehicle that we've had some in-hand photos leaked. We've got these listings, and we know which characters are going to be involved. So Cliffjumper, Optimus Prime, Revenge of the Fallen, Megatron, Nemesis Prime, Sideswipe, and Starscream are the vehicles, just the vehicle modes, I believe. They might be doing the robot modes as well, but we shall see. And that's what one of the playsets looks like. So there you go.
It looks pretty good, actually. I quite like the idea of it.
Agree.
If they're all really reminiscent of those old Micro Machine sets, they were cool. They were fun.
So,
and you could collect them.
It's not a Transformer then. That's not a Transformer in the middle. That's not a Micro.
I don't know if that is actually one of the vehicles but it could just be a Micro Machine or even just another car that they've used for the scale. This is the instructions that, as you see, show some of the different sets. So.
That's from the Bayverse so far, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely Bayverse. That's just it. I like just like BMW Cabrio. It's not even a character. It's just BMW. Yeah. Starscream, Sideswipe, and there it does say Bugatti Veyron. So there you go. Micro Machines Transformers. Even though they don't transform.
Cool.
Yeah. We've got upgrade kits for I think are these all for the Shattered Glass figures? I can't remember. That's Shattered Glass Jetfire. Comes with some launching missiles, I suppose.
Yeah, it also work for Jetfire as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Quite Macross sort of Gundam-y.
Some little lights for him.
Metroplex has been out for such a long time.
I know. They're still doing things for him. And then upgrade kits for Studio Series Core Class Shockwave.
I just don't think that's needed, really.
Well, no. And that is it for mainline news. So we'll share some third party.
The good stuff.
Let's have a look at it first. Where are you? There you are.
You know you like it, baby.
Alexis.
Are you paying guys?
It's bonbons. It's bonbons. It's bonbons. What's up, YouTube? My name is Brian Bonbons, and my opinion counts and yours doesn't. This is a message for Alexis. Alexis, this is Double Dealer. You have upset me. You have upset Andy with your inaccuracies about this. This is not Wheelie. This is this is Skeletor. Wait a second. This is Wheelie. This is Double Dealer and Skeletor. Wheelie, Double Dealer, Skeletor. Wheelie, Double Dealer, Skeletor. Get it right, or you will face my wrath. Now, the police are coming. I must go. To the Bondsmobile.
Sorry, not sure what happened there. Apologies, Alexa. Sorry, you were saying something.
Did we just get hacked by the Russians?
Putin.
You mad bastard.
You're
Where were we?
Not in Ukraine, you're in my wife. We were talking about third party.
Oh yeah, third party. Let me just figure out where all the third party stuff has disappeared to. Why is it not showing now?
Jamie's voice is carrying 1,000 feet.
Oh, Brian.
Alexis, why have you not come back with some repartee? The whole reason you went, interrupt me, and went, okay.
Oh, because I have.
Because of the wonderful things he does. Right, let's try again. Here we go.
You're thinking,
Brian
aren't you?
Bone Bonds,
Right.
used wine.
No.
Although I think we should all take on board his point there.
You can't
Right.
screen, can you?
Here we go.
TFCon.
TFCon
Yeah,
exclusive.
Hosehead exclusive from Fans Hobby. If you like this type of colour.
But it's not
Not a
Jose.
cat. It's not. Well, it is. It's not Hosehead. It's a Hosehead redeco.
Yeah. As which character?
I have no idea.
The faces are kind of a clue.
What Prime? It's not Prime, is it? It's not a version of Prime, is it? It's got a blue head. Who
You're the
is it?
third party.
I know. Doesn't mean I'm the character expert.
I've already posted this on Twitter. You can even have checked our own account.
I'm pretty sure I copied that post and put it on Instagram. I still
Yeah, just put him out of its misery. It's Pyro. It's the character Pyro. Okay. Don't worry.
Pyro.
Who the fuck?
Thank God you're a
Pyro?
Transformers fan. Who's
Pyro?
I'm not giving you a full
Pyro?
history of Pyro.
I
now.
thought he was the X-Men.
He's go. What would be
Pyro's
the
the X-Men.
Oh,
The X-Men, isn't
read Last Stand of the Wreckers. You know, educate yourself. Anyway,
Did he-
I think it looks
did he
quite
know?
good. I think RJ will be literally ecstatic at the sight of this. But will it be
Was he in
difficult
there?
to get hold of because it's limited edition, isn't it?
Normally you can get it from Show Z or you can buy it from Fans Hobby.
Yeah, I was going to say you can get it direct, can't you? They've said
Yeah.
that. I'm sure that you can order it
Yeah.
direct if you're not going to TFCon. So hopefully there'll be a chance for people who really want it to get hold of it, i.e. RJ, so he doesn't moan about it. Love you, RJ. So there you go. There's Pyro. Looks good. From that, was it Cap? Was that what they called it?
Yeah.
The original mode that, like you said, was Hosehead for us and Cab.
Yeah.
I think in Japan.
Yes.
And it looks all right. It looks fine. I'm if
really
somebody
don't
offered me the
know.
chance to pick it up, I probably would, but I'm not going to break my neck for it.
Was Pyro a fire truck then?
I can't remember what his alternate mode was, to be honest with you. So I couldn't tell you. But I'm sure RJ's in the chat to educate you. Then we had this, which is now there were photos for last week, but obviously with the news issues we had, I don't think they got shared last week. But there were photos of the normal version of this, the sea spray. This is
So
black spray.
We shared the normal version ages
Oh,
ago,
did
a
we?
couple of weeks
Oh,
back.
I asked
Yeah,
that question
no.
earlier on
Well,
when Alexis sent them.
We
to
did. I thought you meant
Yeah.
that's different sea spray. That's a different one. The one
Yes, I
the
know
one
that's
said-
not sea spray. That's black spray.
No, the one I shared earlier was a different one.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the
Yeah.
same. Anyway,
Keep
they're all
going.
the same.
No,
So
this-
here you go, black spray.
So this is Knock Knock.
Who's
Knock,
that?
Knock. No, Woo's there because Doctor Woo.
Akaruski.
Awooga. Is that right? Is that what you used to do? No, that was who was that?
Woo-ha.
It was.
Keep
It was
going.
him, was it?
Crack on. Moving on. There it is. It's a black and grey sea spray. It's dead sea spray. Oh. And then train bots.
Yes. This is the last one, I think, or the last one that they've released. I think it's the last one. We said, yeah, of Moon Studios. So,
Moon
and if
Zone.
you go on like shows, they have a lovely photograph of them all together, lined up. They look pretty cool as a team. So, all
They
very
did. They
different.
had a one long photo, didn't they? Although
So,
no, they had them in each mode. I'm sure they did. Trying to remember now. It looks all right. Very clean. It looks cartoonish.
looks good for a train bot. What the fuck is going across the bottom of the screen?
Don't know. I know someone spelt the word here wrong. Idiot.
Who spelled the heater wrong? Oh, let's mock them for their lack of literacy. Look, it's an arm. Woo. And look, it holds a
go.
gun. And it's green
It's
and
good.
orange.
It does look good.
And there's so many photos. So many photos. So many photos. Stolen the head off a seeker. Anyway, go on. Fans hobby is this? Energon
yes.
Optimus.
Yes.
With
Yes,
his
I'll say
drones.
yes. I'll say yes.
Can be any
Combined
team.
code.
You sure? It looks a bit like Pyro.
You look like Pyro. Move on. Yeah.
And there it is.
If you like
It's the name
Energon
of-
Optimus Prime, this will float your boat.
I mean, a lot of
There you
people do like the Energon figures. Maybe not so much the cartoon, but they certainly like the figures.
The cartoon was terrible.
I like the cut. Actually,
Oh dear God, no.
Unicorn Trilogy, right? I did watch all that.
Yeah, but Armada was had loads of things that were bad about it, but was passable. Energon was a low point, and then it improved a bit for Cybertron.
Is it Energon when they went into space, or is it Cybertron when they went into space?
Well, they kind of did in both of them.
Yeah.
So Cybertron was traveling around the galaxy to different planets to get cyber planet keys, wasn't it? Energon, I don't think I even managed to stick out the whole series before.
Which is the one which had Fortress Maximus? Was it Fortress Maximus? The blue and yellow one, like the joined together.
Joined together.
I'm bored.
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm really bored. I'm going to quit the show soon.
I didn't share.
John can educate us because John's here. Welcome, John.
Hey, John. How are you?
All right,
Hi, John. We are joined by Borders Dude. Hello, Borders Dude. Or John, as I call you.
Wow, there's a lot of photos of this thing as well.
Wow.
Look, it's back.
It's amazing how many photographs you managed to...
It's almost like somebody keeps sending me tons of...
And then we have one figure we didn't care about.
Here's the thing for the perverts. Let's get on with this one.
Alexis has already pre-ordered this.
This is... No, I like the metallic version. This is the toon version of Bloody Hell.
It's not sexualized at all.
No, it's in no way sexualized for the perverts.
You
like it for the metallic version, right? You like it for the paintwork.
They put it.
Yeah, that's why people buy this.
No, because I didn't have it as my. I don't have it as my RC. I have it in alt mode.
Alt mode.
Alt mode.
Cool alt mode. Looks cool. So, just in case you weren't, sure before.
Welcome to
there you go.
Late Night Dogging on Transformers the Show.
The new head on it.
Wank along with us at this Transformers. Oh, there's Blaster. Not sexy. That's better.
I think she looks cross-eyed if you go back a picture. That just looks cross-eyed to me. The way
That's the cartoon head. That's the RC head.
It's so cross-eyed.
Jesus.
Like Days
We're not judging you, but if you're buying this, we are judging you.
Thigh though. Look, that thigh. Why would you judge someone who likes that?
You see, it's more expensive.
What would you want it to look at? A lovely thigh?
Alexis,
do you hate thighs? Because if you don't buy this, you hate
that's
thighs.
What you're buying it for.
You're
buying
hate
it for the thighs.
But apparently, it's much more expensive.
Both of them.
There's nothing you love more than a pair of thighs. Anyway, moving on.
Oh,
Very
this
rapidly.
is all the Transformers we put up. There's one Transformer we never put on our Twitter profile, and it's nice.
There's more than one. There's reasons why, and I think you can all guess.
I can't think why. This is
Some-
Defamation Space, who everyone thinks is a little bit of Transform element, reinvented their version of Blaster, which is available for pre-order on certain websites.
How does he hold his sword?
He's got a great chest as well. Massive chest there. Really open. Lovely.
Well,
great thighs as well.
The difference is when he opens his chest, he gets the horn of the rhino that comes out.
What scale is
Maybe I can wank to it.
Is this Legends?
Maybe you are ready.
That's why I put the comments over my face.
Yes, your face. No, Andy's lent him for some closer back.
No, I've just realised that I forgot to plug the charger in, so my laptop just informed me it was about to die. Just rescued the situation. Wouldn't want to disappear off the screen and leave all this wonderful content.
If you chug collectors want to take note here, if you look at his left arm there, you can see it there as well. He actually has what we call there an add-on kit, and that is
accessory. Of course they won't know, will they? The chug collectors.
Is this Legend size again? Is this Legend scale again?
We have to this is MP. This is MP.
This is Masterpiece scale, not masterpiece. It has to be scale.
Yeah, Masterpiece scale, and they're going to release a different kit as well.
Stupid.
They're going to release a kit as well.
It does. It looks stupid.
They're going to
be
release
honest, it does a bit.
That's not even like. I don't want that. It looks literally looks stupid. If you want that,
take that,
chug. Out already. They're going to release it. They're going to release a kit to fill the gaps
made out of cardboard.
They're going to release it. They're going to release.
That's a nice all mode. Sorry, go on.
That's very clean.
I had a Red Bull yesterday.
I was just going to say they're going to release a kit as well to fill all the gaps he had as well. So.
Oh, cool. Have you got your photo of you had that cage, didn't you, Alexis?
Yeah.
Anyway,
didn't you have something in that cage, Alexis?
What was that?
What
No,
did
it's
you
always
put in the
been a
cage, Alexis?
Was it
again?
Ravage?
It wasn't Ravage, was it?
No.
Ravage isn't
Dignity. Dignity.
Your dignity, your
Did
reputation.
you choose a female transformer or a male transformer to put in the cage?
I don't know. It depends. Depends if what I put in there. If you put a master transformer or just a robot. Sometimes like.
What was their position again? I can't remember. It's like,
So this for everyone who's
Confusing.
waiting with bated breath is Magic Square's version of Hound. So Hound is coming out very soon. Looks very good.
Is he going to
Very
help you put
expensive.
female transformers in cages?
so they can sunbathe.
Very
I think she was
very good.
sunbathing.
Magic
Was she
Square
sunbathing?
Well,
Prime,
position to sunbathe.
Prime 2.0.
I mean, yeah.
It looks very clean. It looks very clean actually.
Unlike
All
that
right.
transformer you put in the cage, doesn't it?
She was
Stop
very
it.
clean.
This is. I think if you buy from certain retailers, this
Oh,
actually
such a
might
pro.
be already out. It's like it's been shipped out as we speak. There is his good old hologram buddy. Hey, Ravage, look, it's a friend for you. Can't do my voice.
Oh look,
It's
it
quite-
comes
That's
with
quite
a
cool.
hologram projector thing.
Yeah, that's called a third-party add-on kit for you, chocolates.
Or Rhinox's condom.
It did look more like that than a third party add-on.
Good, didn't it?
And then yet another movie prime, but this time, well, no, it's a model kit one. We've already had model kits of this, haven't
This is the model kit. No, we haven't had model kit one.
Oh.
This is the new. So this is the model kit one. So we've had the 3-0, which is the action figure. This is actually a build-it-yourself model kit. So they're almost like the
How
flame.
how
Toys
big is it,
version you get.
Alexis? say,
No one
roughly?
no one knows.
No one knows. It's a mystery.
No.
I'd probably say it's about a foot tall. Maybe
when
you know,
when
around 12
I don't
inches.
know when they get science up to the level of this prime, they'll work it out. They'll need to
If only we had a cat. If only we had a cat
We're
in the
waiting for
room.
science to catch up.
We are.
Science.
We are.
It's science,
Oh,
baby.
these fucking
Unfortunately,
scientists.
science right now is working out how to remove all the gluten from the planet and put it on the moon. But eventually, they will have that number for us.
Anyway, it's
this
a
is-
kit that you can put together, and it's all already
Yes.
painted for you, isn't it?
This
Oh, well, at
shows
least you don't have to do all
all the
that.
articulation. So a lot of people are selling their 3-0 prime because this is about 120, 130 quid, and the 3-0 prime is nearly twice the price. But again, it's what you want, right? Different scales. So the one on the left there is the 3-0 prime. The one on the right is the model kit there. So it's much less, but you can see ever so slightly different parts. If you flick through, you should be able to see the picture of the back next, maybe. There, the front. That's brilliant. So again, one on the left there is the 3-0 prime. The one on the right there is the new kit. And again, you can see differences, can't you? Clearly,
Yeah.
like
I like the
he
cleaner
obviously
look.
Which one's cleaner?
The one on the right.
Okay. So on the far right, then you've got the Toy World Prime, which is one I've got, which actually does transform into the truck. Middle one's the new one, and then the one on the left is the 3-0. The one on the left and right are around. You can pick up the one on the left for 220 probably, because it's sold out everywhere, and then the one on the right you get probably about 180. Second hand now, or 200 new, and the middle one's 130. So it depends what you want from your Transformers, really. 3-0 are very good. I don't know what the quality is like of the one in the middle. No one's had it yet, so until it's out, until you see it and feel it and put it in a cage, you can't tell.
Or you could get a knockoff of cleaner for like 12 quid.
Would it fit in
Oh,
the cage?
12
Yeah.
quid.
See.
And it transforms too. Imagine that.
I'm no mathematician, but that seems
Transform-
cheaper.
Yeah.
Where did you buy it from?
This is a different one, is it? Is this
AliExpress.
different?
Yes.
Surfing
yes.
Arrow.
Mhm.
Iron
This is,
Factory Surfing Arrow.
Iron Factory Sea Spray. So
But we
yeah.
have seen this before, haven't we?
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
shared this before because this is the one with the cool,
Yeah, the
cool
initial-
alt mode.
It's
Yes.
been we got the first photos, not like we
Yeah.
got
Yes,
them
we-
exclusively.
yes.
but
No, we did.
did
We
it.
did.
we
did.
copied and
We
pasted them from.
We did.
No, we
Shut up.
didn't.
Sorry.
No, don't talk about the science behind
Ruin it.
You'll ruin the magic. Do you go to Disneyland and take people's heads off, like the masks and stuff, and like, oh look, it's not
Take
really Mickey
people's
Mouse.
heads off. Jesus.
Yeah, like the fake people.
Hardcore. Anyway, it looks
There is
quite
Dexter.
good. I like Sea Spray. So,
Paraglide's a sack of shit. So
Oh, I'm glad
do you mean the toy
Oh.
or just him personally? Have you got some
that
axe
one
to
there
grind against him?
is
that,
Does he owe you
that-
money?
I'll cut that out,
Oh.
and that can be your review of him. It will just be like Alexis reviews. Paraglide's a sack of shit, and it just ends next week.
it's one of the most fiddly,
Ladies in
flappy,
cages.
Fuck off, Transformers.
Oh, one
there's
all
a
mode.
lot.
All mode looks good.
It's okay. You can buy it now of Omega Lock for 30 quid.
I love hovercraft with Harpoon Dick. Definitely.
And here it is next to the
As an
old
alt
school
mode.
boys. So Magic Square came. So Sea Spray and Beachcomber, their Magic Square, actually come as a 2-pack.
Yeah, it's shockingly bad. Like it's one of the worst Magic Square. Not as bad as Sideswipe. If you have Magic Square Sideswipe.
No, I don't know. It's not too bad.
Beachcomber.
That's like-
Oh, what? Wait! I can show you how bad it is because I can show you that alt
It's alright.
modes.
Oh,
Oh,
but
look
look
at
at
these
that.
alt
Yeah, that
modes.
But that robot mode's rubbish though. That Sea Spray there. Look, he's got tap shoes on. He's about to go do
all
like
right.
a
Let's move
ballet
on.
or something.
Let's move on. Anyway, the sea spray looks good. Might be a bag of shit, but it looks
Oh
good.
dear.
See that?
Thunder,
It's
thunder.
like someone stood
Hey, hang
onto.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
We're not finished.
Have you still got more third-party crap
Oh,
to do?
yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
We're near the end.
Yeah.
Da,
There we
da,
Do I
da.
have to
If you-
reshare this again now? Have you just kicked me out and I've got to reshare it?
If you're into
Oh,
magic
no,
swords,
it's sharing.
If you're into your magic swords of power, sorry, then why not start with the Sword of Omens? A 1-for-1 scale. So
How much will it cost?
I have no fucking idea. it's
It's
just been
still
announced.
about-
It's just been announced. It's just been announced today. Is it? Have you seen the price of it or?
Yeah, it was on. I'm sure somebody left a comment on Kapow. It was like 500, 600 or something.
What
Will
the
it actually
fuck?
be? See, when it says 1-1 scale, does that mean they're going to have the size of an actual sword?
It will
Yeah.
be the size of the
Is,
sword.
is that like a bastard sword, broadsword, short sword?
A short sword.
A Sword of Omens sword, I believe.
So imagine it'll be about
Sight
Well,
beyond
that's-
sight,
about-
probably.
about three and a half- three and a-
Does
three
that
and a
come
half feet.
free, or is that an add-on kit you have to buy?
Two-handed short sword, Jamie.
Does
Anyway,
it have
there you go.
Bluetooth?
Does it have Bluetooth?
Yeah, Bluetooth.
All the hard-hitting questions.
That's it. No, but you can call a taxi with it though.
Well,
Okay.
I've
Oh.
connected to my car. Anyway, right. That was it. Sorry, that's the news.
Does it have the Find My Sword app?
Oh. God knows
Rob,
if there was
wait
more.
a minute.
Let's not,
Wait a minute.
let's just not go through it.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
hello, John. I can see you now.
Baking age.
Hello.
Where's my
I
sword?
can't see you when
Yes, it's
I'm
got-
sharing the news. I just see all the news.
Andy, can you introduce John whilst I load up next?
John, that's Jamie.
The third
John,
brother
that's
of
Alec.
the
We've all met
Proclaimers.
before.
I
This
think
is
we've
John,
met before.
Borders Dude on YouTube, a long-standing active member of the Transformers
He
community.
walked
in the
500
UK.
miles to get here tonight.
He did. Jamie really wants to make some Proclaimers jokes.
Is that why you were late, John?
Don't worry, John.
It
You're not a
is,
ginger.
yes.
I don't think so.
But John is a legend in the Transformers UK community, and one of the leading lights behind the Transformers YouTube community Facebook group. And John's just a lovely guy, and he's a legend, and he's here with us for the rest of the show.
John, thank you for joining us. You great man. How are you?
I'm okay, guys. Thanks for having me. Sorry I'm a bit late, but
No.
It's fine. Alexis does it all
Were
the
you-
time.
Were you just recounting your Octomagni to make sure you didn't lose any?
I was just making sure they were set correctly, for the back end display.
Ah, that's
Beautiful.
good.
Looking good.
John, they told me that you wanted to come straight in and go straight into Fanstoys Innuendo, I hear.
Oh yes, of course. It's my favourite part of the show.
I'm glad you said that, sir.
Everyone's
So it is now time for Fanstoys Innuendo, and it's the section of the show, probably everyone's favourite bit, where we take a picture from the Fanstoys Facebook group, and we replace it with another picture, and you have to guess what was the Transformer under that picture. We'll reveal it in a sec. So here it is. So welcome to the family, big boy. It's a Russian special, and who is that?
Oh my God.
Topical.
Does it come
Hashtag
with,
topical.
Maniac.
Got bigger boobs than that RC figure.
He's wearing glasses like tennis players did in the 90s.
Overlord. Oh.
Putin's quite small, so could it be Wheelie? Could it be a Fantoys version of Wheelie?
Ooh,
No,
Putin
they haven't
burn.
got
Vladimir, I didn't say
really-
that, by the way. That was Jamie.
Our
I, for
benevolent
one,
overlord.
welcome our new Russian overlords.
I hear you give bread to all the countries you invade.
We destroy. We destroy Ukrainian power plant. Have a pocket sandwich.
Yeah, so C4 Dot Main pointed
Swings
out
and
it's not actually Putin. It's just Patrick Stewart on his day off.
Oh, Jesus, where's the trombone? Get that frigging trombone.
I know.
Oh, how can you not have it just ready? Surely that's the first thing you do.
He hasn't spoke for 2
Every
minutes. That's it.
Right, welcome to the family, big boy. So, Is it a larger transformer? By which I mean,
Yes,
like,
correct, it
either a
is.
combiner or something like that. Something
I
that's
think you're
So-
getting there.
a Mega
Think about
Supreme or
Yeah, well done.
Ah, welcome to the family, big boy. He actually was. Keep an eye on him. It was actually Putin fishing. So you were close.
Oh my god.
So that's
so Ruler Supreme rather than a
fucking
Mega
ripped,
Supreme.
isn't he?
So close. So
28
close.
years old. Look at that. Ripped soldier.
What the fish? The fish is ripped, yeah. Right out of the lake.
fish is
Right
28
out the
years
fuck-
old.
Don't you
right-
start with your
Wow.
fish sex again.
Wow. Is that
No,
it looks like it looks like a perch.
it was
Oh, it was
Jetfire. Obviously, it was Jetfire. How could you
Clearly.
So
be
close.
so wrong with that?
It's a mystery.
Good. John, welcome to the show. What happens next? Let's do pickups. Or dick-ups, as we call it nowadays.
Oh, there we go. I got
These
my
were
camera
dicks.
ready for dick. Got my camera ready for dick ups.
We now return to the Transformers.
Oh my God, Andy, what did you get this week?
I'm going to show what I got in the last part of the show when we do our discussion.
Oh, no, not a problem. I remember you actually saying that
I
before we
did
started the show.
actually mention it before. Don't worry about
Alexis?
it.
What did I get? I
Oh,
got
Jamie?
Brilliant. I got Prime. I got Prime. Bumblebee Prime. 3-0 Prime, because as I said, some people are selling them. So I picked one up at retail price, which I'm happy about, because if you look at them second hand, sometimes they can get a bit silly money, but this guy sold it at the same price.
Lovely
So
box.
he's sealed. He's not transforming, but he's the action figure like Soundwave. So I got the Soundwave one just to show people again how it looks like. It's just the only way. This is all I've got, so I'll milk it for a little bit. This is show open this thing. Yeah, that's what Soundwave looks like. They all come with there and that sort of thing. So my movie bots are growing. I'm very happy about that. I'll be selling the old ones, I think. So I think that's what I got. Oh, yeah, I got a couple of Sharkticon Nors because Kapow had a sale on. So you can pick up shit cheap in the sale. So I've got a couple of Nors. So I have no idea how many I've got, but probably not as many as Jamie.
Awesome.
That's me. That's it. Oh no! I got another thing. Sorry, I got another thing. I got the Perfect Effect. Remember the Perfect Effect Warden, the Fort Max head. I got the Allen kit for it, which makes it a bit taller. So I got this from Robo Toy Base. So I bought that. It's finally come. So I'm going to be doing that some point soon, and then that's what I've got. I think pretty sure.
Decent pickups, mate. Very good. So later on, we'll be doing our top 5 Overlord figures. It'll be interesting. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I thought it was a top Overlord figure. Oh, yeah, God.
Well, it's 5 play now instead of 4 play.
Yeah.
Okay. So hang on. So I got to pick
Borders
4 more.
dude is adding an extra finger.
No, you just do yours and everybody else does one. That makes 5.
Well, I will do mine. That's the whole point. I'm not going to just pinch someone else's. I'll get 5.
Jamie, are you right to go next, sir?
Yes, I'm okay.
Cool.
Make it the picture bigger. Make the faces smaller. Just go to the. Yeah, that's good. So basically, I got round to opening Bulkhead and DK2 Diaclone figure. Wonderful names where they just, I think, name them after mountains or something like that. I don't have a clue where they come up with these names. Anyway, so there's Bulkhead and DK2, which is basically, an Ironhide repaint. Or, I like to think of a Shattered version, Shattered Universe version of Ironhide as well. I think it would work. So they got Bulkhead in a nice open box with no plastic covering, so anyone could just sort of mark it or do whatever, grab the head off, you never know. And yes, it does come in with a lot of plastic in the packaging to protect it. But although that plastic is meant to be recyclable. Now, Bulkhead, yeah, it's kind of strange. He's got that sort of G1 aesthetic, and he has got an incredible amount of detail. And I was actually quite excited to sort of transform this guy because he's like a new mold. Well, it seems like a new mold to me. And, very different, because after DK2 clone, that's would be like, it's like, oh God, I must have 6 figures with that mold by now. So it's interesting to get this guy and see what he does. And the shield kind of works. The gun cannon on the shoulder looks pretty cool, and it can be held on his hand. you know, the mace type thing. Yeah, it was all pretty cool. But I just love the detail. You know, it's just like you know, you zoom in there. You know, you can see the sort of, you know, the iron. You know, whatever they're called. You know, rivets. You know, and it's just beautiful. And even the paintwork on the lights. They went into a lot of effort, you know, and inside there as well, you know, the windscreen wipers, etc. So it's a really nice looking figure. Immense detail, you know, really good there in the head sculpt as well. And even in the cannon, it's like a lot of color. It's just, it doesn't seem like they're doing a half-hour's job, which is, you know, which is quite strange when you think about some of the select choices they've got. There he is there with Megatron, Optimus Prime even. So he's a pretty big boy. You know, he's a good size boy.
Megatron.
You know. Megatron. Yeah, so there he is just generally. I mean, he looks good from all angles. He looks pretty solid. And as again before, I think it's a happy coincidence about the way the mold works more than anything. But there just don't seem to be any gaps. Not that any that I noticed. You know, and there he is with his shield on as well, which you can have at the back, and it just works quite well. I mean, he transforms, you know, the transform's quite good. You know, there's a lot of stuff which is quite interesting. You know, you open up panels for something to come out, which then extends, and then you can close that panel again. So they've obviously put in a lot of thought to make this a complete vehicle. And for once, you really can't see anything like hands or wrists or anything like that protruding or sticking out, apart from obviously maybe the feet at the back. And again, it's got a lot of detail. Even when you think about the top of that roof there, that sort of black hatch thing, you know, I mean, that's something they went to extra lengths. And it almost seems like we've got a premiere finished version of Bulkhead, you know, straight from the offset. And it's quite a good transformation. It's not too difficult at all. And it really does look, I mean, the weapons can be stored inside the truck there, as you can see. So, yeah, I mean, it is good. The scale works quite well as well. There it is next to Skids. I mean, oh God, not Skids, Sideswipe.
Megatron?
And there's Megatron again.
Brandon's just said, hello, gentlemen. Want to say a quick hi. Waiting on wife to get out of hospital. Brandon, we hope your wife's okay. We will wish you well, sir.
And there's the select box.
Just quick question on Bulkhead. Does he look like he had the same legs as Prime? Have you noticed any similarities with him and Prime in the leg department?
Prime's legs is much longer in the version there, and with Prime's legs, it didn't really change much. You know, they it just had it going into truck mode with Bulkhead's panels open for stuff to come out. There was a lot of effort, you know. With Bulkhead, there's actually a lot of compression going on to get that aesthetic of the truck, where Prime's legs, you know, they extend out and the feet just move up. You know, they didn't really do much effort with the sort of chug Prime, apart from the you know, Bumblebee Movieverse Prime. Then that's a different story. That's a lot better. And there's DK2. Just, I mean, nice colours. You know, the eyes really shine out. Lots of nice detail again. He does seem a better. They've improved on the mold of Ironhide. You know that. Oh, at least this version, the head is much better and much more articulated.
Somebody had put in the chat that DK2 is because the original name for that, I think there's the line was Diacron, so he's DK2 as he was the second one in the line. I think the first one was the Trailbreaker mold back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Diacon, they were non-sentient, weren't they? They had pilots, you know.
Yeah.
And I also managed to pick up in the Kapow sale, premium finish Bumblebee for about £18.
Oh, I thought this looked quite nice.
Yeah, I was quite excited to get this, and he's a bitch to, you know, just to transform and stuff like that, but I do think the premium finish, you know, it's my first figure where I've got a premium finish in it, and it does make me think I would consider buying other similar figures with a premium finish, because the paintwork on it is fantastic, and the molding as well. I mean, I don't own the original, but it does seem to me that they seem to do molding for inside the doors, which you're never really going to see. So it's those like extra touches have obviously went, extra lengths to do this. And I was just happy to get it because it comes with quite a lot of accessories. Got a fantastic face sculpt, and his face can come off, and you can put on his battle mask, and then you can put on his saw and his laser gun. The parts come off, and I think that it was quite cool. And
Looks
quite good.
great. It looks really good.
It's got a fantastic paint finish, and I was messing around trying to transform it, so I managed to scrape one of the bottom sides of the doors, which you won't really see when you transform. But I didn't take photos actually because I was quite busy. But it's not as easy to transform at first, just because there's some bits. I mean, it's easy once you know how. But when I first started to transform, it was a bit hard to get the sort of back panels sorted out.
Did you hard pant for it?
Well, I tried to. Then when I started to scratch some of the stuff, I went no. I started looking at videos and instructions.
I do that. Get to a point, and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to break it. I better look at something.
Because I did actually fucking break it. One of the doors came off because I forced it too much. The back panel. So I ended up having to go to a heater because that bit's like clear plastic and heat it up so it's very soft. So I can then put it back on. So I wasn't going to break it by trying to force it. But yeah, it's a fantastic looking figure. I mean, I really do love the poses you could do with it, and it just looks gorgeous. And there's some visionaries which I got from Andy a couple of weeks back. So, and I've got much more visionaries, but I like to go for a sort of cleaning process where I sort of clean them up first and stuff like that. But yeah, so I was quite excited to get these off at Andy, and I think it's good karma actually because a couple of weeks ago, Andy will know I won this competition for Slug Slinger on Twitter, but I didn't realize I would win the competition because you never win these competitions. So I just entered the comment about Rebirth because I liked it. I won the competition, realized it was Slug Slinger, the Takara version, Target Master, which I already had. So I contacted the guy to say, sorry, I can't accept this because I already have this figure, just to reload it. And I thought, typical, the first time I entered the competition, which I didn't need to win, and I won it. But I managed to get Snake Eyes Deluxe 00. That was the first box released of the new sort of G.I. Joe classified line. So hopefully I'll be getting that sometime either Saturday or next week. So it just goes to show you that, karma sometimes comes in your side. So I was quite happy about that, and that was cheered me up quite a lot because I got that for a very good price, which I'll hopefully tell you all about next week.
A reasonable price.
No, a very good price.
It's funny because
he was looking for it for a reasonable price, but he got it for a very good price.
The other day, I wanked off a snail, but then I won £2 on the scratch card. I was like, karma. But
the snail wasn't karma.
Do you think with Legacy, because Bulkhead's like one of the first, isn't he, that came to be released? They did this. They did the same thing, right? With Wolf Cybertron. Sideswipe was quite a strong mold, and they got him out first.
Well, that's why I took Sideswipe as a photo with Bulkhead.
I thought you had Skid sticks in.
No, I said Skid's a mistake. Sideswipe.
Wait, who's Megatron?
And he's the red guy, but looks like Pyro. And
you're just getting flustered, Paul, because that Bulkhead looks a little bit like a snail.
They did do a lot of shit in between, didn't they? They put a lot of money at the front end, and they get you in,
then Button Moon, mate.
The only one they really messed up, I think, in the entire line would be RC, because RC looked really good in all this sort of like pre-photographs, and then when we got it, we were all a bit disappointed. RC was the one who really messed up.
True.
CJ
true.
Amazing.
Right, who's next? John. Did you get anything this week, sir?
Yeah, I got a couple of things.
From Sutherland, Lewis.
Nice.
Sky.
Oh, the fucking webcams. So I got the Golden Disc Pterosaur figure for Amazon.
Nice.
Which I thought I missed out on, but yeah, I'm sure it'll look good inside the box. Wet Smiths. So I've got another 2 of the the Bumblebee Soundwave.
Is that the Toy Store Smiths, or did you go to someone's house called Smith and just rob them?
Oh, Toy Store Smiths.
Oh, right.
You go to someone's house and rob them.
Come on, Jamie, we're Scottish. We've got some.
I was going to say, is this you actually giving him shit because he's Scottish? I mean, what's going on? So are you.
And Braun. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So I'm really
cool.
liking these Cybertronian Bumblebee figures. So I'm trying to get as many as I can.
They are good figures.
Really
I
good.
think they're brilliant.
It's amazing how they managed to make a toy line out of like less than 5 minutes of a film.
Yeah.
It's almost like people really liked that 5 minutes. Loads.
Yeah, it's almost like
and
that was the best bit.
I definitely think they were planning to do a trilogy. Do another 2 films at least, and then they've scrapped it all for like another, soft reboot.
With Beast
Say
Wars.
that. You said I made a marriage out of 5 minutes. Fuck me. That's hard.
True. I don't know what that means, but it's fucking funny.
It's all just nod and laugh.
Does anyone else need to go?
What's the toilet now, Ben? Got those little bags now. Got a bag.
Listen to Piss Break. He's already asking to go.
I have, for me, so my pickups, I'll find the picture. Yeah, I can find it. You're just there.
Russian bride. Going cheap these days.
If this is a snail, dropping straight out.
Oh, do you know what? I've got these 4, and I haven't just got these 4 on order. I've got 12 of them on order.
Fuck shit. Was this after last week? Is this what you did last Friday night? After we
Actually
got
got
off?
them,
And you're
yeah.
like,
No,
shit, did you?
Oh right, I thought you.
but
They're
they've
not
been
going to
shipped.
defend you against Putin. They're just toys.
They've been shipped, and I've never been so excited for a toy to turn up. Apart from like toys.
I should have
that, like,
guessed
me
it was
and
this
my
because you were
wife
going
use.
on about this, weren't you? Was it last
Yeah.
week you showed these off? And I remember
Yeah,
thinking,
I bought 12 of them.
these are gonna
No,
be
I bought them
good.
after the show. Rudy started getting me excited, and I went to the
About
website.
these or
and
just
got
generally?
12.
See,
Just
Rudy's a
generally.
devil.
It was
Rudy's a
pictures.
devil.
They were nude.
Tell a lie. The Gail Platt's sex doll. You were pretty excited about that when that came to it popped. That one.
The what?
The sex doll. The Gail
Which
Platt.
one?
Hey!
Come
Was
on.
that the one you
Remember
had
that thing?
photographs of in a cage?
Deflated. Deflated.
Someone should get that picture off Messenger now and we can put it on.
Right, it's time for Rohans Corner,
doesn't
the
do
actual
that.
best bit of the show. So, Rohan.
Rohan, who is this guy? Rohan, the one and only Rohan.
That's sweet. Almost as sweet as 2021 was for Transformers collectors in mainline. And let's be honest, there were some great figures there for quite a few different variances of people who collect. Generation 1 fans were happy, Kingdom Line had some G1 figures that they've been looking for a long time, and the Studio Series 86 line for the fans of the movie and Generation 1 in general was really heating up. At the same time, we had a lot of Beast Wars figures coming out, and a few special selects options for those customers who wanted some Diaclone coloured schemed elements. On top of that, you had Hasbro Pulse launching in the UK. Fantastic, what a time to be a Generations collector. Now, not only do you have all the standard retailers that we've had and loved for many years offering us Transformers, in addition, a lot of these newer, smaller retailers popping up over the last few years, but we've got the official channel of getting figures, ideally very quickly, from the manufacturer themselves. And a lot of people did wonder whether or not they should sign up for Hasbro Pulse last year on the premium account. £20 discounted seemed like reasonable value. You were supposed to get instant access to new exclusives, which didn't really materialize. However, what people did get and do love is the next day shipping, which is pretty cool for figures when they are coming out very, very close to release time, which, let's be honest, didn't happen for the first 9 or 10 months. Promises! But more recently, there's been a few figures like Legacy Bulkhead that have started to come out first from Pulse. All of this comes about at a time when we have had a massive amount of change in the way in which we order our Transformers. And I know we've talked about pre-orders before, but 2021 was so different to 2020 and 2019 in terms of pre-orders and in terms of the way in which we got our Transformers that it's worth discussing. Specifically so with regards to those figures that were hard to get in 2019 and 2020, those exclusives, those very, very difficult to find figures, or those ones that were just not released here at all. I'm not going to go through the loads and loads of figures that I'm talking about, but you know what the ones, the Pit of Judgment, the Earthrise Thrust, the Runabouts. But in 2021, if we think about the Kingdom line, the Studio Series 86 line, and the Gen Selects figures, how many were actually really hard to get hold of? Well, there was a bit of an overspill from Earthrise with people struggling to get the Titan class Scorponok figure. And we saw that in Kingdom, the Titan class Arc figure was plentiful. In fact, it still is relatively plentiful. So much so that it's been discounted. We had the Commander class Rodimus figure, which is a bit of love or hate situation. It could have been on my polarizing list for last week. Again, plentiful. And again has been discounted in many, many retailers. Pretty much all of the Kingdom line was relatively well stocked, reasonably easy to get hold of. Maybe a couple of the Beast Wars figures were a bit more scarce, the likes of Waspinator and Rhinox and a few others potentially. I don't know because I don't collect those. But from what I've been told, pretty much everything was relatively easy to come by. And most of them got discounted. Now, what about the Studio Series 86 line? We had difficulty getting Scourge, but realistically, he came back in stock later, so it wasn't that hard to get hold of. I think people were panic buying a little bit. And the other one that was relatively hard to get hold of was Slag, or Slug. And again, once the main retailers had sold out, there were still other retailers who still have him. In fact, actually, he's been discounted now at 1 or 2 retailers down to £40. My question to all of you is, what are you pre-ordering for 2022? My last pre-order was Kingdom Blaster. Still hasn't arrived. It should be arriving next week. However, it turns out that there was more than enough stock of Blaster to go around. The same was true of Slammer and Pipes. In previous years, with Hasbro, generally you would struggle to get the death end of the line in stores. We arc back to Titan's Return when it was impossible to find Blitzwing and Octane, or some of the actual deluxe line as well, with the likes of Misfire and Aimless. And then the same is true for further lines with people struggling to get hold of the figures that came out towards the end of the line due to less production. Hasbro just didn't give a monkeys by that stage. However, now we find ourselves in a different scenario. With Legacy, it seems like Wave 1 and 2 are being announced or being available for pre-order. I haven't ordered a single one of them because, if I'm honest with you, I think they're going to be plentiful. What do you think? Do you think you should be pre-ordering them now, miss out the opportunity, FOMO? Or are they going to get discounted like a lot of the previous 2 lines, Earthrise and Kingdom, ended up being? Are they going to warm the shelves? And especially now that we've got this mixed line of Generation 1 and Prime and other characters that are going to be coming out in Legacy, it makes me wonder, do I click? Do I hover? I do this every week. I go onto a store, retailer where I buy things from and say, do I need this? Do I add it to my basket? No, yes, no, yes, no. And then what about the Studio Series 86 line? Do we pre-order Sludge? Do we pre-order Junk Heap? And I think looking back at Redgar has become in abundance and become discounted. It's a really difficult question to answer. In previous years, you would have said, pre-order it now, because if you miss out, it's going to be 3 or 4 times the price on the secondary market. However, now it's quite easy to get hold of some of these bits and pieces. We haven't got the Earthrise Alliance Brothers, Prowl and Ironhide only available through Amazon exclusive. We haven't got the Earthrise Villains only available through whatever means that they were. We haven't got these Target exclusives from Kingdom where people have struggled to pick them up. So, are Legacy going to have any of these exclusives? Have Hasbro learned their lesson and they stopped doing the exclusives altogether? Is 2022 going to be the year when we're all able to get all the bots we want? Here's hoping. For another week, I've been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. Thank you for joining me. Catch you again next week. Back to the studio.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going.
Ah, Rohan, thank you so much. Good question. So, I guess do a lot. I know there's a lot of scalpers, not scalpers, but people pre-order stuff and they sell it on. Like, we're not judging. Like, just put a heart in the comments if that's one of you who does that. Just Arify so far. Anyone else? Just put a heart if you scalp. Arify's done it again.
He's really proud of it, isn't he?
Put a heart if you've ever jacked off to Hanson thinking they're women. Put a heart. Play this game all night.
He's so crazy.
Oh, there we go. Rohan.
Is that for the Hansen question, you cheeky little bastard?
We've all done it. And who else is it? Who used to do wanks? Do placebo. Right, cool. Let's move on. Great. So let's move on to.
It's just a surprising number of hearts appearing in the
I do have one more small pickup, by the way. I got this little hip joint here. That's it. Brilliant. No, never mind. All right,
sorry, the branding page has gone wrong.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
Foreplay.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
Oh, I think this might be our best foreplay ever because it's a 5-play. There's 5 of us.
Wait.
A thing we done like 22 minutes ago.
I got this little hip joint.
Why?
I think you've
You're not
said
it now.
A hip joint is not a pickup.
We've done Rohan's Corner.
Wait.
No.
But you've said it.
No.
You don't see everybody in the groups going, "Oh, look at my latest pickup! I got a hip joint."
Well, they do in the
Why would
NHS
you
groups,
wait?
but
Why
just
would you wait?
It's a different group.
I waited 2 years for this hip.
Alexis probably frequents that group too, but for different reasons.
We're on to section 4.
I need help.
I need help.
Yeah,
we know you do.
It's foreplay now. Foreplay. Right, who would like to go first? Overlord.
I can go first.
Cool. Go on then.
Yeah, I got Takara version of Overlord, the premium version of Overlord for when it comes to the chugs.
Oh, posh.
You know, that's it. I liked it. That was good.
Cool. Who's next?
I'll go next. I also have the Takara premium version of Overlord. Because
so you've both gone for Takara. Well, you've both got the LG version.
This is the LG version.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, because it's
I think I paid more for mine.
I can neither confirm nor deny. But it is the better version. It's got better sculpting on it. The colours are better. You get the 2 different heads. Yeah, it just looks friggin' awesome, and he's awesome. And yeah, that's my review.
And the size works as well. The scale works for once, the sice. So yeah.
Right, guys, you're
I'm just going to
glossing over the fact of Overlord. So when did you two find out? I didn't find out about Overlord until
when I was a kid.
22,
because
23?
It was linked in with the Predators and stuff like that in the G1.5. So I knew of it.
I may have seen him.
The toy.
Yeah,
about
I haven't.
10 years ago, I had a Junker G1 Overlord. That I eventually decided the cost of fixing it up was just too much. And
Claire bought you that Overlord, didn't she? She bought you that.
No, I bought it. No, I bought that one.
Wasn't it the one you got for your birthday? I'm sure of it.
Not the G1 Overlord. I got that from
the Takara version. The
Takara version. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were talking about.
So I remember that was in 2018.
Yeah, it would have been around then. Yeah. But go back to the G1 version. I got it from a guy called Dave Barrow from the TFUK groups, who's a top man and
funny guy.
Had at the time tons of G1 stuff that he'd picked up many years back, and he said to me, "Oh, I've got this G1 Overlord. I mean, it's a bit of a junker, but if you want it for your collection, you can have it. You can have it cheap. Like, he sold it to me for 30 quid, and it was, for 30 quid, it was worth it. And then I think I stuck it on eBay. I can't remember how I sold it, but I remember I sold it, and I got about 100 quid for it. So, not bad for a junker. But that's the problem. You see, the G1 Overlord stuff is like little bits of it that come with it go for like 40, 50 quid. It's ridiculous prices. Otherwise, I'd have said G1 Overlord, because that toy is still immense even now. But yeah.
What was the gimmick for the G1 Overlord?
He was a double Power Master, essentially.
Yeah, double Power Master, isn't it, man?
So you could have you needed one of the Power Masters for the tank, you needed one of the Power Masters for the jet.
So is that basically why we've got this?
Exactly, yeah. Whereas the Hasbro version, the main Hasbro version, had the two holes, so you could stick the two Titan Masters in there to kind of represent the Power Masters, but it just looks shit. So don't do it if you're listening. But yeah, the Legends version, Takara Legend version, is the finest one so far. Not including the third-party ones, because there's that. Alexis would probably got it.
Fans Hobby.
Yeah, Fans Hobby.
Carnifex as well.
Yeah. Carnifex is a brilliant IDW version, isn't it? That's the thing.
But whoa. That might be Borders 2 surprise. So, Borders 2. Who did you choose?
Or it might be CJ Face. Let's find out.
CJ Face.
Did you choose Ultra Magnus?
I hope he's got a CJ Face.
Everyone's a winner.
No. Now, the only Overlord I had was the Hasbro Titans Return one, but I bought it at TF Nation, and one of the clips was broken. Yeah, it was shit. So I sold it on. In terms of the character, the first time I seen him was when I bought the Master Force box set. Was he in Master Force? Which one was it? They're all the bloody same.
Yeah, it was Master Force.
Yeah.
Master Force.
That was the first time I ever seen him. So I'm not a big comic reader.
He doesn't become sentient in that till the end, does he? Without wishing to give away any spoilers.
He had so many good outings, though, didn't he? I loved him in Wreckers, and I loved his drawl Southern accent in one of the only highlights. Yeah, I know loads of people hated it, but in Titans Return, the Netflix Machinima, it was one of the things that stood out for me. I thought it was quite good.
I agree with the IDW.
I wouldn't have expected it.
The IDW version of the character
Last Stand
is
of the
best
Wreckers.
representation of it. It just one of the most sadistic, evil Decepticons of all time, other than Wheelie. So yeah, it was pretty awful, but great. It's great to read on Knockout. I think Alexis really wants to say something.
Yeah, I know. It's like 8 messages from Alexis about this hip. Right, you can do it. I don't know what it is, if you think we have some sort of sway, but we'll do it after we've done Overlord. Okay, deal. Don't go quiet on me. Don't you go quiet on me.
Oh, he mad.
Use your words.
You in trouble.
No, I'm not. Not when we're singing Belinda Carlisle
sweet loving
at 4 a.m. tonight. Right.
I'll say more. Get this southern twang on Overlord. You're a fucking ass, motherfucker.
That's it. It was good. So my Overlord.
Southern
He did.
So I went for. I think this is Mech Toys. You might be able to help me out, Captain Alexis. But so I ordered once. I ordered a 6-shot from Mech Toys on eBay from China. And about 7 weeks later, Overlord turned up, which was great. I don't know where this guy came from. What I can show you is I took some pictures. Now, one thing I can definitely guarantee that this guy will beat all your Overlords on is the box art. So I'm going to bring the box up now because you made the right noise there, Alexis. It is here we go. So who wins on box art? Look at that. I think it's ripped off the IDW, but
it's totally ripped off the IDW Last Out of the Wreckers.
But if you saw that is the box. Like literally, there might be like 2 nanometers either side of it, but that is the box. So if you saw it, if it was in Tesco's for sale, that's what you would see. You'd also see it called Overlord Nair MB01. Let's take some photos of how he looks in robot mode. Highly poseable. It comes with 2 swords. I used one of the swords there. Swords. You can't complain with that. That's a good Overlord figure. Legend scale, by the way. Okay, so smaller than Chug, more detail and more articulation. There's another one prancing about, showing off wrist movement. Those hands, you won't be able to see this, but they flip back, so a panel comes out and the hands conceal, unlike Hasbro, which just keeps the hands out. There is another sword one there. You can see his eyes, and he comes with 2 heads. Another plus, and 2 modes. So these are tiny, but there's a bloody tank there and a futuristic jet. And the futuristic jet, I really like Titan's Return Overlord. I think he's a great figure and he's brilliant. The tank mode I really like. But this tank mode is tiny, but it pivots, turns around, pivots, pivot, and the spaceship's really cool. Another picture of the spaceship here. Spaceship. So, and he costs £15. £15. Very good value for money there. Who's next? So, Alexis, you've not gone yet.
No. So, for my Overlord, I got X Transbots Overlord. This is.
Oh, nice.
Is it? Oh shit! Fuck it. Sorry, guys. Double dealer. Hang on.
That's Thunder Clash, mate.
Apologies. That's my double dealer. Right. Okay. So I do actually have. Now, the one I picked up is the. You can see him here. You've just panned out. Is
what
the?
Do you mean by that? The one you picked up? That means you're going to talk about another one, doesn't it?
Well, I'm
You're only talking about one.
Just be clear. This is the one I want to talk about, right? But
I've explained this to you quite a lot of times. The concept.
Inside head voice. Would people be interested in seeing this one next to the MMC version? See what.
Or maybe the hip joint, which we
wait. What one's that? Is that the Fans Hobby one?
This is Fans Hobby.
That is lovely. That is gorgeous.
It's big, isn't it?
Go back.
Fucking hell, that's nice.
He's massive, and he has his Power Masters in there as well. And you can
just like the
transform,
just like the Hasbro one doesn't.
Push it in. This one spikes out, and this that comes down as well. So when you push it in, like he has little counter trigger, so his missiles and his gun comes out when you do that as well, which is pretty cool. Ooh, and then you push it back and it pops out like that, and this will pop out as well.
Tip missiles, always good.
There we go.
Do they actually transform the Power Masters, or they just? Yeah,
they do. They are proper like. There you go. That's like half. That's like mid transformation. Like that's
like he's dancing.
It's like an action shot. That is action shot. And it does actually come with projectiles. So the tank actually has projectile missiles, which if you fire, you will fucking lose because they're so tiny as well. And the jet, as you can see, this is the nose cone of the jet, and the actual jet, the jet itself. If you
go good with big earrings.
It's a little bit bigger. I would say it's probably about
20% with a big nose ring.
20% longer, 20% bigger in length than Siege Jetfire, to put in perspective the jet. And then the tank itself is it's massive. It's huge. The tank is
does that have a big gun?
No, he doesn't. He has a tiny little gun. But you can buy the add-on kit. No, they do sell it. It's an add-on kit. They have an add-on kit. So if you want the big gun like he had in the IDW style, then you can buy that as well. And you can buy the head. But this is my sort of G1, as you said. Like he comes. I remember the Turbo Masters, and so I had Lightspeed. I remember the box art for that when they're all zooming away, and you got Overlord like sort of looking over the scene in his robot mode of space. And my friend had Overlord, and I was like, "This is amazing." Again, obviously, I think his parents were separated, and his dad always used to go to the US, and that's what it was.
Cool. Well, thank you for showing that one. Right.
Would you like to see? Because I've got MMC Carfax right there. Them next to each other, so you can see the difference in scale.
I won't lie. People are asking for that.
Okay.
If you can do it quickly, because I've got work on Monday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just.
Are you sure you can reach it?
Me too, oddly, Paul. Yeah.
It's right here.
Have you got the arms for it though?
Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Stay. Right. Because I've got one bot in front of him.
I'll play some music whilst you.
He's getting old when he's making those noises just to get up.
Yeah. There we go. So this is the MMC version. And then this is the
neck.
He's turned that side. I like him. It's like maniacal, like his maniacal pose, like looking at my side, like unhinged. So there you go, side by side. Differences.
That's a big bot.
So from the back, there we go. That's So it's very different scales.
Let go of my goddamn arm.
And this one, this one does come with the Power Master as well as an add-on kit if you do want it, by the way. So, but I think this one's alt mode is a little bit weaker. I prefer the alt mode on the big version. This one seems to have a more articulated robot mode. But I tried recreating that scene. You know, the one which you had in the box up pool.
Yeah.
He's looking down over the throne. I had a Decepticon throne. It's quite hard to. He hasn't got great hips to do that with. So I think that one probably has even worse hips, to be honest, to do that with. So it's quite hard to get that. So I think the Legends version or the Takara version probably have better articulation in the hip area. So you have to do a bit more thrusting if you wanted to
All
do
about
that
the
sort of
hips.
thing.
All right, cool. Discussion is coming up, but Andy has a few pictures he wants to share.
I don't know if this will work. Let's find out. Let's find bloody out. Why not?
Let's work it
We're all
out.
going rogue tonight, so why not? You see that?
Now I can.
So this is the Takara Legends artwork that comes with the figure. Is that picture
lush.
moving for you?
Yeah,
I've still got the box.
Yes, I still do. But it's at the bottom of a wardrobe under a load of other boxes, and I'll be damned if I'm taking the damn thing out right now.
The pictures are moving, and so is the Earth.
Just use the internet.
I mean, that's just nice. Yeah. So you can I do agree. I do think the box artwork on the one you've got, Paul, is lovely, but I don't think we can discount the
Takara version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty dog shit on the.
It's not as good.
Oh, sucks. So sucks. Like terrible.
Oh.
Sky Shadow did it better.
You know Geordie, right?
Asshole. Fat.
He is.
John's not a
It's
Geordie.
true.
He's from Scotland.
Wait. Gone up the tune.
Now you don't sound Scottish anymore.
Very quickly.
Right, over to Alexis
go on.
for the biggest pickup of the
It
night.
really is all in the
No,
hips.
I got this right. This is sent out to me by Robo Toys because I bought a Zeta Onslaught and the hips are fucked and the springs are too tight and basically it's ripped out all the plastic on both sides of my hips. They're waiting to get new stock, which is meant to be another month away at least. But if anyone's got a Junker Zeta like combiner hips, the legs, the thighs specifically, this is like the inner component. I've managed to get hold of one. I'm creating a Frankenstein custom between the MMC bots and the Zeta torso, and I can't complete it until I get another one of these. So not asking anyone to go out of their way, but if anyone does have a Junker or know of a Junker hip, then just hook me up. Really, that's all I'm asking because otherwise I might not be able to get one. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
That was the best pickup of the day, definitely.
I know.
Cool. Right. On to discussion time. Discussion time. Chris Sakabusi. Discussion time. Discussion time. Discussion time. Chris Sakabusi. Discussion time.
Is that Soundwave?
Where is the intro? There it is.
We now return to the Transformers.
Oh, Chris is stuck for some reason. Right, on discussion time tonight, we are talking about things we also collect other than Transformers, which I've been really excited about. So let's start off with you, Alexis, as your featured. What else do you collect apart from girls' hearts and Transformers and men's hearts?
And female characters in cages.
And the cats.
Cool. Right, Jamie, your turn.
It's the price of the hips.
Before I just show one, this is so Thundercats now on their season 2 release. Like,
2, yeah, 19.
Right. So, oh god, it's all sealed. I'll get this out later. Basically, this is Slive. Slive is a big boy, as you can tell. So Thundercats is one, and then Ninja Turtles is another.
Yeah.
So I've got
Dolphins.
Shut up.
No, he doesn't collect dolphins. That's ridiculous. He collects dolphin porn. It's different.
I would like to collect like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Like what are they called? The figures that they're called?
Figure arts.
The is it Fig Arts figures? Apparently they're really hard to pose, and I do quite like my on the Marvel Legends are quite good. Again, really hard to pose. So like because again you got the big Galactus, haven't you? Like you've got the Sentinel on the Galactus. Who did it? The We did our
What else would you like to
HasLab.
collect? This is what else do you collect? Not things you'd like to collect.
Oh no, we did say you could mention things you'd want to collect.
Oh, did we?
Cool.
Yeah,
we did that for
it
everyone
wasn't
else,
the
though.
discussion.
I think we said Alexis was
Except
not allowed to do
Alexis,
that.
because otherwise none of us will get looking.
You'll be doing a Madonna going to orphanages next.
No, I don't. That's it, really. I don't
go to
really.
orphanages. I'm glad you had to clarify that.
I don't really.
Not in my watch.
Not anymore.
Jamie, what else do you collect? What do you have a passion for?
When I was a Cub Scout, I used to collect badges, pin badges specifically.
From other people.
Wait outside. Give me that.
It was for a collection badge.
Unleash Alexis. I collect G.I. Joe figures, the new classified line, and I did collect some of the retro figures, but I didn't like the change in the retro when they started to go back to having the rings, and started giving that very sort of authentic look like it was when you bought the original Action Force figures, which are a bit pish now when you look at the upgraded retro line which they had, which was small, which was far better, and almost like a miniature version of the classified line. So I'm a bit disappointed Hasbro, in my mind, went backwards. So I'm sticking with the classified Action Force G.I. Joe line, which is quite good. And getting the odd Action Force figure, and I got 2 of them as well, like Sergeant Slaughter and a sort of beehive swarm figure, infantry guy, which was quite good. I love the Visionaries, and I bought quite a couple of them from Andy. And I've been buying a lot from eBay, so I think I'm about 3 figures now to complete. But there wasn't so many Visionaries, at least in the first place. So, yeah, so I quite like that. And I think I tried collecting He-Man, Masters Universe, the Revelations thing, but they're just awful. I just don't like the figures at all. There's just no magic there. When you take a photo with them, they just don't seem to come alive. I don't know, and I should have a connection with them because I love the Action Force, G.I. Joe and Transformers, but I just don't know, just doesn't seem to work. Looking at other figures, I was always thinking like a Defenders of the Earth, but I'm just looking ahead now and I'm thinking if Mask came back, I would love to get Mask. I don't want to collect the vintage Mask, I would like to get new Mask figures, and I would love to get obviously a new line of Visionaries, but I would love just like Starcom, stuff like that. If I had the space, that's something I would definitely go into. And obviously arcade machines. I would love to have a line of arcade machines. That would be ideal.
You mentioned you said G.I. Joe and then you said Action Force. Are they not the same?
Well, G.I. Joe has been launched, and the thing about G.I. Joe, it's very American-centric, where when we knew them as Action Force, they had different bibliographies, they had different origins and different characters even, really. Their personalities were different. So G.I. Joe has just been relaunched. It's very much the American version, although they've decided to keep the villains very international, which is very nice of an American company to do that. The baddies are all foreigners. Action Force has just been bought by, I don't know if it was someone who's really connected with it, but I think he bought the trademark name, so he was able to launch a line of figures. And he's done a good Sergeant Slaughter, so I think a lot of people were happy with that. Valverse, I think they're called.
Cool. Right, so what do I collect other than Transformers? I love Transformers. It probably is the main bit of my collection. I love Star Trek, so the Eagle Moss collection, absolutely love those starships, but mainly only the Federation ones, the odd the Derek's class and Klingon Bird of Prey, but all the other weird ones they do I don't really like, so I cancelled my subscription, picked up just the Federation ones.
What's Derek's class?
The Derek's class is the Romulan Warbird, the huge one.
Oh, Romulan Warbirds and Klingon Warbirds, Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey,
yeah, they're where it's at, man.
Yeah, well, I love them.
Than the, sorry, we're geeking out on Star Trek now.
But the Eagle Moss Starship collection, especially the small ones, the ones you signed up for years ago, that is absolutely gorgeous. Apart from that, what else did I collect? Like I see around it, video games. I fucking love video games. I almost had a full PAL collection of PlayStation 2 games. which there's about just under 3,000 of, and the rare ones are the ones which are like the Phoenix games, the cheap ones which got bootlegs off. If you can find them, they're very rare. But the ones I loved the most were the RPGs and the Working Designs. Done this amazing collection of RPGs across PlayStation, Nintendo, and PS2. And they've done these amazing books and stuff. And like every single RPG they released, they crafted like hand guides, and you had little bits you collect inside them. So Working Design stuff I really liked. I've just ordered some Warhammer stuff from Joy Toy, which I'm looking forward to getting. I love Black Series, especially the Mandalorian, so Star Wars. Comics, 2000 AD is where my heart is at comics wise, and then because of that, Alan Moore stuff like Watchmen and Just Dread, and well, everything from that. Just Dread, Rogue Trooper was a huge influence on me as a kid. Being able to read really gruesome stuff when you were 8 years old was absolutely perfect. Seeing people's blood and guts spread over the contents of the pages turned me on lots. Lego, fucking loved Lego. I still do. My kids have 3 vast vats of Lego. When I say vats, they're like the size of the bed. 3 of them put round where they can just plow it in. I need to stop buying so much Lego. Star Wars Lego as well is very addictive, but I keep all the figures. So Star Wars Lego, I buy them, and when they're not looking at night, I get all the figures and their lightsabers and their guns. I put them in a pot over there, and the pot is so big now, it's bulging with droids and stormtroopers and Imperial Guards.
I'll never fit up your bum, mate.
You're such a liar. Yes, you have.
No, he didn't say he wouldn't. Just I think there's a little bit of a mix up there. The kids never ask where the figures have gone.
No, they're too young. Sorry, like
no, you've stolen from them.
When I pass away and you watch all my previous YouTube videos, I'm so sorry, Lucas and Elliot, that I stole your figures. But you're like 6 and 5 now, so
they won't bother watching, don't worry.
Nah, it doesn't matter. I'll
Must
give
keep
it to you in
a
the
job,
end.
couldn't they, and buy it themselves?
Exactly, Jamie.
Job.
Yeah, there is a lack of chimney sweeps at that age.
Exactly. Right, who would like to go next? John?
Yeah, sure, I'll go next. So, outside of Transformers, my main sort of collecting is Marvel Legends.
Nice.
Like these, fucking camera. Tell I'm professional. So it's mostly it's mostly like the Marvel Legends retro series.
Is that Venom?
That's Venom. Take a look at that. It's an amazing camera that I've got here.
What are the current lines of Marvel Legends then? Is there more than one, or is it just one at the moment?
Yeah, so they mix them. So you've got like the main movie line, the MCU line, and you've also got the retro series. And this is one of the reasons why I sort of collect the Spider-Man retro series, because it gives me nostalgic feelings for the 90s cartoon, because they've replicated the box art for all the characters. They're really good in the card backs, so I keep them.
Is that one Kingpin then?
That's Kingpin, yeah. So he's one of the bigger boxes.
Is he in there?
He's in there. That's him right here. Right here. Where my hand is. Oh, no.
He's invisible.
He's invisible.
He's evil.
The special limited edition Invisible Kingpin.
Invisible Kingpin.
Paid extra for that.
Classified.
Like
Got it
Jamie.
for a reasonable price.
Oh, nice.
Why is he still boxed? He's still
Not,
boxed.
I know, I keep him in the boxes now.
He's like a prisoner. It's like North Korea all again. You'll have flashbacks. You've got to get him out.
Get him out, yeah.
North Korea.
And the other thing I've started collecting, and Rudy, who's not in the chat, I don't think, but is
Have you actually just thrown those boxes away? Or they actually
He's
like,
turned into Emgo, just lob them.
Yeah.
Jamie's had a mini heart attack.
Wait, look at this. He's got Centurions.
Centurions.
Yeah,
We
so
need to appreciate this.
I've got the other
That's
two as
gorgeous.
well. These
Is
are
that
the,
thing in the right position you've got sticking out there?
yes.
That's an aerial jet at the top. It's an aerial at the top, mate.
There you go. Is that better?
No, it should be lower down.
Lower down? What?
Let him speak.
Are they all out now, or are they coming out one at a time, John?
No, I've got them all. So those ones, just put it back before it falls. So they've got a wash on them, which the hands are going. See the hands?
Oh, they're off.
So they had a wash design to them, and also the heads weren't cartoon accurate, and a lot of people were complaining who backed the project. So it was crowdfunded. It's unofficial. So they've now re-released the cartoon version, which you can buy at Kapow, with more cartoon-like faces, and the people who backed the original versions are kicking off because they're not getting a copy of them. But tough shit. That's life. Deal with it.
Can't
pal.
he just send a head? Can't he just send a
Do
head?
you think there's a chance
going to
though,
do that,
that
Jamie.
they actually planned that they were going to do a cartoon accurate version afterwards? Do you think
Probably.
there's any cynical side to that, maybe? Or am I
definitely.
just too suspicious?
No, you're quite right. The other thing I used to collect was the WWE Elite figures, but like the He-Man figures that Jamie was saying, there's just something about them that they don't sit right in terms of action figures. They just seem a bit plain and boring. Whereas the Marvel Legends, they just seem to shine when you take pictures. It's very strange.
And there's a great range of different Marvel Legend figures as well.
Yeah. But other than that, I used to do the retro game and stuff like Paul, but it's so expensive now. It's ridiculous.
Well, I've got a massive games collection. I've got PlayStation and the Xbox and Switch and all that, and the PCs, and I just collect a lot of the RPGs and don't even get to play them. But I like the boxes.
That's what a lot of people do. A lot of people just get them for the box art.
I plan to play them at one point, just not yet.
A lot of people just have them to have them so they can boast in the retro gaming community.
Cool. Right, is that everyone?
I'm quite old. I bought them when they were not retro.
The one thing I was going to say that I used to collect when I was a kid.
Have you had a go?
He's had a go. Yeah, he was not. No, let Alexis say his piece. Come on, let him say his piece. It could be really important. This could be something that could change our lives. Go, Alexis. I mean, put it back on Alexis. Here you go.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
Oh no.
Really?
How big?
Go on, keep going.
Is it dolphins again?
That's great. Thanks. Right, over to Andy.
Oh, you know when people say stop being mean to Alexis, and I tell shut up. Don't be now probably. Probably a little bit.
Everyone loves Dino Riders.
I'll just quickly.
I'll just have to
quickly share.
Rohan asked me to mention GoBots. I've got like
Rohan.
He's crazy insane for the GoBots.
Someone always has to be a complete cunt, don't he?
Yes.
Ruin the show.
Yeah.
Way to go. Go up Putin, Rohan. Are you sharing this, Paul?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the
I'll just wait. Bye. I've not got anywhere to be. Hey, there we go. So I don't generally collect a lot of other stuff other than Transformers, partly because of space, but partly because I just kind of never had that much of a motivation. And there were so many things during the 80s that I kind of had a few toys of. And one of them was Mask. And I know that Jamie's already mentioned it, so I won't hark on about it too much, but I would love to get either some of the vintage ones, which can be a bit of a pain in the ass to find in decent condition, or get modern. I'd love to see modern versions of them, and they've talked many times, like so many other franchises, of how they've tried to relaunch it. But Switchblade was the one that my mate Mark, who had all the cool stuff that his uncle from America used to bring over, he had Switchblade, and whenever we went, if we did play with the Mask toys, that was always the one I played with, because Mark wasn't really that bothered. Probably because he got to play with it all the time, the bastard. But I had only 3 of the original toys. Mask toys, and I still like that. I think I can see why, like with Visionaries, why there are limitations with the toys and the cartoons, which meant that it wasn't as successful as other lines. But I still think they were pretty cool, and I still think now if you re-release some of these things or did modern versions, you'd get money out of them.
I think Visionaries would work so well now.
If they could do it properly, but I think they just need to have the motivation to do it, because obviously it failed the first time. So.
It'll be Netflix. It'll be Netflix or.
Amazon we'll have something on Netflix. The latest rumor. Well, I'll get to that actually in a minute. Anyway, of the original toys I had Piranha. This isn't my original Piranha. I just stole some photos off the internet. I had Piranha, and I always liked that toy. as daft as it was with the whole, but it made sidecars kind of cool. Then
it
we
still
had
works.
Firefly. I love Firefly. I remember getting it from Argos in Darlington, and it had the little bomb you can drop out the bottom, which you can see on the picture there.
We had that one, my brother and I.
I always thought it was really cool. I like the colours as well. I forget the name of the guy who was the driver. Somebody in the chat, I'm sure will know it. Stavros. It was a mustache.
Is it Agino?
I fly you to safety.
It says in the box.
Oh, it's there. Julio Lopez. There you go. Yeah, Julio Lopez.
I can't see the
but I did like that one, and I liked his the actual mask as well. And then this was the other one I had, which was Raven.
That was cool.
Which is a cool car. And I was going to mention Triple Takeover podcast.
I had that.
Liam and the lads, they did a mask special where the whole episode was just about mask, which they've not done that before. It's always been about some Transformers topic, and it's really well worth a listen. Even if you didn't particularly like mask or you don't know much about it, they did really well. And it's really weird when I listen to podcasts like that. I always end up then going straight onto eBay or somewhere. How much is that?
That's why I've avoided it. Because I've got my one.
Oh, you'd spend a fortune, James.
I know,
seriously,
got my one
you'd
mass
bankrupt
figure,
yourself.
and I stopped, and I deleted eBay for like a couple of months.
But that wasn't actually. That's something I would like to get back the ones I had as a kid. I probably couldn't afford to collect the entire line, not to get them in decent condition anyway. But the thing that surprised me with how much I've kind of got into it from the Netflix shows is reminding myself about the next thing, if Paul can share this as well.
Getting Paul selfie.
Paul's taking still.
Anytime you're ready, Paul.
Sorry, someone was talking about
somebody sent you
ticket.
nudes, didn't they?
I was just sending a picture of me on the show to prove it. What do you want? What am I doing?
Just share the pictures.
Is it Rohan?
What, the pictures? No, I never share those pictures.
I see
Rohan.
it. There we go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is it on?
Yeah.
See it? I can see it.
Yeah. So, Master of the
talking
Universe.
to Andrew.
When I was but a wee youngling, I kind of had a few of the Master of the Universe toys, but they were from like the later waves when you couldn't get He-Man or Skeletor. Actually, you just got the like lesser known characters. In fact, some of them that never even appeared in the cartoon. So I never really got into it or really got into the mythology of it. And then in recent years, you've had the kind of revival of Master of the Universe. We had a classics line that came out, which I missed. But I mean, the range of figures that were there and characters, I'd love.
Who is that bottom right?
Bottom right. Let's go down here. There you go. There's so many, and there's ones that I had. I remember having. I think one was called something like Leechaw or something like that, and it was like a green leech thing that you had a sucker mouth and you could get it to stick to windows and stuff, which obviously hours of play there. And then there was one called Grislaw, which basically looked a bit like an extremely hairy Wookiee, and I remember having those two, but they were lesser known characters. Then you had the Masters of the Universe film that came out. Less said about that, the better. But actually, I actually quite watching it now. It's like a cult thing now, and I love Frank Langella's performance as Skeletor. It was brilliant. Then you had the 2002 cartoon and the kind of the whole remaking it.
I like that. I like that version.
That was good. Well, I feel that that's a bit like the 2009 Thundercats cartoon. You watch the cartoon, it's actually really good, but
it was dark.
That's it. I think it was too dark for kids, and it didn't do as well as it should have done. Which then leads us on to the recent remakes.
I think it's just because of the time.
Exactly, before its time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got Revelations. Now, I really like Revelations, and the more I've watched it, because I've watched it back again, the more I've found bits in it I enjoy.
It's awful.
Particularly, I enjoy Skeletor. I just think the way that Mark Hamill does the Skeletor
Do you mean
character.
just like the Joker?
Well, it is, but the fact of the matter is, he kind of was like the Joker because he was always making stupid jokes.
I thought
it's like an evil version of it.
I thought the first season
Jamie,
was
shut
good.
up! It's not your turn. So I liked it and I enjoyed it.
I thought it was brilliant. It's better than
and I
anything
really
Transformers
liked
has
the
ever done in
representations
their
of the
whole
characters.
life.
I sure like to fist him.
Stinkor got about 30 seconds of time and was quite entertaining for such a minor character. And then Scareglow, I like their version of him and how that worked. And because of that, which was you know, that's the other thing.
That's
if
the
anybody
best
hasn't
version.
watched it, watch the more kiddified version of the cartoon, because it starts off, the first 3 or 4 episodes are actually, I found them quite hard work, because it was trying to set up something. You've got to sit through it to get.
It's
to when
definitely
it
not
starts
more
to work.
kiddified. I think the writing is far more.
Oh, it
advanced,
really is.
far more
It's written
complex.
much for a much younger
I
audience to be able to
can't
understand.
get
but
Battle
it's-
Cat has got Battle Cat with a posh English
No, the
accent.
characters are developed. It's much
Yeah, but
better
they are
writing.
much more.
There's comical tease in
the
it.
way they speak and the way they act is much more for kids to understand.
That's
Good guy,
because they're
bad
young
guy.
kids themselves, though.
But that's
Did you
the
ever
point.
watch? Did you ever watch the film
for
Kids?
Kids.
Where the girl gets
No, I've never
raped and
seen
she gets AIDS.
Is that one where they live under the
Thanks
stairs?
for sharing that, Paul. That's beautiful. Anyway, if you haven't seen this version
Kids,
of the
if you haven't
cartoon,
seen
which does not
Kids, go
involve
watch
rape,
Kids.
then watch
Kids
this
is
because again, the Skeletor in it, the lines he gets and the way he acts is just hilarious. Which then led me to actually the pickups that I got, because I don't know if anybody's been to B&M recently. It's not the kind of place that you normally go to, but every now and again, if you go,
Sam goes there. Sam goes there weekly.
Yeah, I go to
so
them.
I'd avoided these, and I'd not really seen much of them. And then I saw it in there, and I just thought, I've got to really. So I got myself the Origins Skeletor,
Megatron. Oh, sorry.
Megatron, Optimus Prime, which I just loved. I saw the packaging, and I was saying to the kids, "Oh, this is just like it was when it was close to how it was when it was originally out." And so I picked up this, and then because of that, the wife, knowing that I enjoyed particularly Skelligod in the cartoon, she picked me up a Skelligod, which I haven't opened yet.
That's a good figure.
Immediately, the really interesting thing about it is the kids, my 2 youngest ones, they both love these, and they both want them to play with themselves. They both already like, oh, when you open them, can we play with them? Can we have a go at them? My son, who's into wrestling and the WWE elite figures like you used to be, John, he thinks this will fit right in with it because he recognises that it's got similar points of articulation and stuff like that. And my little girl really liked the original one, but she's going to do something where she'll play with like dolls and stuff, and it will have a tea party. So that'll be a bit weird. But Skeletor, I'm sure would go for it in some level. I'm sure there's a cartoon where he would. So yeah, that's the thing that I don't think I'm going to get in. I wouldn't want to buy all of them because there's certain characters I just have no interest in. Bizarrely, one of them is He-Man. I just find He-Man bland. I always have just
But
found
he
him
was
a bit
written
bland.
bland.
But he was written bland in the original cartoon. He was just boring, and it didn't make a lot of sense. I'm Prince Adam, and I'm not He-Man, even though I'm as ripped as He-Man and look just like him, except with a pink shirt on.
Oh, no one
It never made
complains
sense
with
back then.
fucking Superman and Clark Kent. Leave He-Man.
Yeah, but I do complain about Superman and Clark Kent because that's ridiculous as well. I put on glasses. I'm a completely different person. It never
Right,
made
is that
sense
everyone?
except for it.
Are we all done?
No. Yes, it is.
Hi guys, it's Paul, the host of Transformers the Show. We wanted to reach out to you so we can clear some things up from a matter that was raised on one of the forums. An accusation was made that our pickups are no more than a dick swinging contest. We wanted to apologise for that, as well as any other allegations.
It's time to say sorry.
Whoops. We all make mistakes.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. They know I'm sorry. But you know I'm sorry. Oh, sorry for having fun.
Whoops. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That last
That's
shot
it
gets
for
me every time.
Transformers the show. Number 112 was finished. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for being here, Borders dude.
Yeah, my pleasure. I think
Always a sexual pleasure.
Arrow, I think she was semi-naked.
Oh,
I just think that tonight everyone got a little bit horny, and that's why it was such a good show.
When you say everybody, you and the old snails.
I'd rank them all off if I could.
You just stick to one.
Yeah, his favourite.
Let's kill this horniness by watching a middle-aged man doing a dab.
Nothing gets cooler than that.
Oh, my beer.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
As long as he doesn't break out the lube, we're okay.
Break it out. It's already there, baby.
It's already applied.
If you...
It's lube. It's lube for your pleasure.
If it's the first time you've seen the show, if you could head to Transformers the Show on Facebook. Jamie, what's the Twitter?
Oh dear. And Paul won't be back next week because he's dying again. But we can go to Transformers the Show on Facebook. We've got Twitter, Jamie.
Yes.
TF the Show.
Yep.
Facebook and Instagram, Transformers the Show. I've been not your host, Alexis. Thank you.